Afternoon, friends. I hope you are well today. Today, I'm going to talk about questions people have put in my DMs about my diet, the carnivore diet. Um, and I'm going to answer those questions for you. The first one is, why did you decide to do the carnivore diet? Well, I decided to do the carnivore diet because I have a bad sugar addiction and I am strongly affected by sugar more than other people. I get really sick if I eat things with processed sugar, and I get it affects my mental health. It affects my ability to eat a limited amounts of food, because if I have too much sugar in my system, it causes cravings, things like that. So I went from trying a diet that was higher protein, less sugar and carbs, and then I discovered the carnivore diet and I was watching videos on it, and it's like, you know what? I bet that could make a difference for me. So that is why I went on the carnivore diet. It's like, no sugar and no carbs, because I have been on low sugar and very low carb, very, very low carbs, and still had problems. So I thought, well, this could maybe make a difference. So that is what made me decide to go on the carnivore diet, was there is no sugar and no carbs on the carnivore diet. What type of carnivore diet do you do? If you saw my video talking about the carnivore diet, I said I was on the BBBE carnivore diet. That is not true, because the BBBE is bacon, butter, beef, and eggs. And I do follow that, but I also have cheese in mine. So I guess I'm on a BBBEC. I don't know, because they don't recommend that you have cheese when you're first on the carnivore diet. And some people argue you should not have it at all. I can't live without cheese. So I do have cheese when I'm on the carnivore diet. So that's the version I'm on, is the BBBE. So I eat beef, bacon, butter, and eggs, and cheese is what I follow. And what do you eat? I kind of just answered that. I eat beef patties. I'm on a poor man's version. I can't afford the good meats and the good uh, less processing of some of the things. So I eat the cheap eggs. I eat the cheaper beef. My treat is to buy ribeye thins once a week. So I do get some ribeye thins, and uh, even the bacon I had cut out the bacon to a large degree too, and just mostly was eating the beef and the eggs, with the twice a week having the ribeye thin. And that's the majority of what I was eating. Uh, what do you avoid? I avoid anything that is plant-based. I only eat animal-based foods. That is what they recommend for the carnivore diet, the channels that and the experts on it that I follow. And so that's pretty much the rule of thumb. If it's plant-based, it's not allowed. And so I only eat animal-based foods. What do you allow for cheat days? I do not have cheat days. I cannot afford to cheat. And that's what happened when I had, I could have had sweets for one day if I was able to do that, but I'm not. I am a sugar addict. If I get too much sugar and carbohydrates in my system, my sugar monster goes crazy and I go crazy eating too much stuff. And it can sometimes be months before I can get back on a diet. This time I'm hoping that it will only be 4 weeks later. So I do not allow cheat days. I used to when I was on diets, and it was disastrous every time. So I have learned I cannot have cheat days. If I have cheat days, it's going off the diet and really bad stuff is going to follow. Um, do you fast? I do not fast. I would like to, and I have considered it, and I've tried fasting off and on here and there, but I'm just not one of those people that can easily do that. It maybe later, if I got more disciplined, but I would have to suffer fasting, and I'm not really wanting to suffer on the diet. The carnivore diet easy for me to the extent I don't end up craving a bunch of food, and I don't end up hungry at all. So I can eat twice a day and be satiated and be fine. And so I don't suffer. I don't, you know, make my, if I need to eat, I eat. If I don't, I don't. But fasting, I would have to force myself to not eat, and I don't want to be struggling that hard. So I at this time do not fast. And what I was asked, what about beverages? I only drink water. I This is me personally. A lot of people can't stand to drink water, so they drink flavored water. For me, flavored water adds the taste to sugar or outright sugar, traces of sugar, enough to set off my sugar cravings. I was at first drinking flavored electrolytes on the carnivore diet, and it was making me crave sugar and want more sugar. So I do not put, I just drink plain water. I don't drink coffee because I can't drink caffeine, can't have caffeine, and I really don't like coffee. So I would be putting sweeteners and creamers in it. So that would be setting off the sugar monster. So I only drink water myself. I've been asked, have you lost weight? I lost a lot of weight. A lot before I started on the carnivore diet. I lost about 11 pounds just from reducing my sugar and carbohydrate intake and increasing my protein. And then I lost another 20 pounds about on the first 2 months of the carbohydrate or the carnivore diet. And then the last 2 months on the carnivore diet, I did not lose an ounce. So that was a lot of my frustration. So um, but I wasn't gaining. Whereas now, eating what I feel like I'm gaining, like it's a marathon race and stuff. But yes, I had lost about somewhere between 32 and 35 pounds. And I've gained back about 20, 22 pounds of that in the 4 weeks I've been off the carnivore diet. Because I did get off the carnivore diet. Struggling to get back on it. And asked, has your sleep improved? My sleep had not improved. I have other issues causing sleep problems, and I was hoping the carnivore diet would help with the sleep issues, but it did not and has not helped so far. How's your energy improved? I cannot say that it did, but those other health issues cause fatigue and exhaustion, and particularly insomnia, where you're not getting enough sleep. So I would imagine that might have affected that, but I did not have any, uh, other than the extreme tiredness that sugar gives me, did not see a lot of energy improvement. And I was asked, do you exercise? I do, not as much as so-called normal people or usual people. I'm having other physical issues with my legs and a knee replacement I had last August. So I'm very limited in how much exercise I can get, but I am walking every day, and I'm doing certain back exercises and exercises to try to get my knee to work more and to try to salvage my other knee. And I am seeing improvement in my back, but not with my legs. And so my exercise is limited. Um, has it improved your attention? I do have ADHD, and it did improve my ADHD. The carnivore diet has helped to clear my brain and helped my focus, I believe. I felt it did, and it helped me be uh, less conversations in the head, less craziness in the head, and things like that. I do believe that it did help with my ADHD. Uh, and then it asked, has it improved your depression? I would say yes, even though I have been having a lot of problems with depression. And that's part of why I ended up, like I said, at the moment, I'm off the carnivore diet for the last 4 weeks, struggling to get back on it. But um, at the same time, I do believe it has helped my depression. My depression has not been as severe overall, and certainly in light of if I haven't been using my lamp like I'm supposed to, so I haven't been doing everything I'm supposed to control my winter depression. And so I do believe the carnivore diet did help with that. It obviously did not eliminate it. And said, what side effects do you experience? I have not experienced any side effects. Some people have trouble with their bowel movements. You know, at first they have diarrhea and then they have constipation. I have certain gastro stomach issues and digestive issues anyway. I did not have an increase in problems or any difficulties with that. I did not have. I knew from watching carnivore channels that you needed to get enough electrolytes, and so I followed that religiously. So I did not have the leg cramping. I did not have the extreme fatigue. I did not have those kind of problems because I was using the proper amount of electrolytes. And so I did not have negative side effects. The carnivore diet, you know, as far as overall was feeling good. I was doing well. It was helping in a lot of areas and stuff. And how long do you intend on doing this diet? Um, as I mentioned in the video, I have been off it for 4 weeks because of for decision making. I'm trying to get back on it. My intention, I have an appointment with my doctor to have a 6 month follow up after being on it for 6 months to check my labs to see, because it is a controversial diet to some, that, you know, you'll get heart disease or this will happen or that'll happen. Well, I'm going to check my labs to make sure nothing negative is happening physically to me. And if everything is fine, I plan to continue on it indefinitely. If things are not fine, I'll have to make a decision at that time. Is it safe to continue? Because I do prefer being on this diet to any of the others I've ever been on, because it's easier for me, because I don't have to go through the crazy cravings and the sugar highs and lows and things like that. It just makes things very even. And I don't mean that it's an easy diet, because it's not easy at all, but it's easier than trying to get through the day with willpower. Trying to live through life with willpower, it just does not work. So this takes away having to struggle with willpower. And so as long as it's not affecting my health adversely, I intend to stay on it indefinitely. So that's the main questions that I've been asked, and I hope that clears anything up for people wondering. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.